Well,
Oh,
hello, Reverend Larry. This is the first time I get to say Reverend Larry.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good talking to you, seeing you.
Yes. So let us get your perspective about Seat FM's Pixar story. So, what was the spark that ignited Seat FM's vision?
Well, it was our intention to start our own ministry. Uh, had been a part of CSL in Riverside for so many years,
Hmm.
and then we decided to, it's time to start our own ministry. Well, Reverend Jury, she had always thought about that, having a, standalone ministry. And
Hmm.
so uh, when the idea came up, and uh, she suggested that we vision on it.
Hmm.
And so that's what we did. We did a lot of visioning, and there's a lot of stuff on the board, board and you know, where we could see how we wanted it to be. And it's materialized. And here we are.
So, what do you think was the ignition, the charge that created the excitement to have this vision?
It was because we had set the intention
Hmm.
of starting a ministry.
Hmm.
And so uh, just just the thought of that, I mean, that
Okay.
was exciting to have your own ministry. Yeah,
Hmm.
but also to have an online ministry,
Okay.
you know, uh, because I noticed that a lot of the centers, they had kind of dwindled down, and so there were some that they were going towards that, and also I think when COVID hit, that really expanded uh, online ministries, you know, and a lot of people say that way, but we were already in that, doing that, and so I think that was what it was all about.
Isn't that interesting how something that was so often very devastating for individuals actually had a silver lining, that it actually promoted ministries online. And it just really, you were ahead of the curve though. CDFM was ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
So, and should I say, it still supported you in your dream, still supported the vision, and even more so because people then were more open to getting online.
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, that
So
was it. Yeah.
very good. So now for our next question. Every Pixar film has a monster. In other words, and the monsters represent challenges. So what challenges were like Pixar's monsters in the beginning?
Well, you know, I I wouldn't even call the challenges monsters. I think it was just about growth.
Mm.
And we
Hmm.
all, whenever we're trying to expand or to do something, there's going to be, uh, little painful growth spurts and things like that. And so uh, I don't think there was anything out of the ordinary, any monsters out of the ordinary that came forward. It was just the challenges and figuring out, how to overcome them. And
Hmm. Hmm.
that's what we did. And here we
And
are.
and here you are. Very good. So now for our third question, how did people feel when they first experienced Seat FM? When you looked out at the community, what did you see as their experiences or hear them say their first experience was?
Well, I I think at the end of each of our sessions, people express their gratitude
Hmm.
of how they felt and
Mhm.
what the ministry meant to them. on a personal basis, and uh, they're learning these spiritual principles or practicing these spiritual principles, but also being able to experience them, every Sunday, and then during the week with our other programs. So people are very appreciative.
Very wonderful, very wonderful. So the word I that comes from what I'm hearing what you're saying is a lot of gratitude was expressed.
Yes,
Yes,
lots.
very good. Seed FM uses the spiritual practice of visioning, and I know you're very familiar with that. So, and it's similar to Pixar in that ideas come through, creativity comes through, um, just different messages and information. Sometimes even images come through. So, how did the spiritual practice of visioning, like the Pixar storyboarding, help Seat FM's journey? So, how did visioning help Seat FM's journey?
Well, it helped tremendously. Every time we vision, then opportunities and enhancements were presented to us. And we were able to apply that to the ministry, in our expansion, in our growth. And we vision a lot, a lot. And so, which I knew, we were going to expand. I knew things were going to, we're going to grow you know, and whatever it is that the things that we were, focused on, I knew it was going to manifest. So I know that's what visioning does. And that's that spiritual practice.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
all
Miss.
does.
Yes, I hear the word focus from Miss Patty. It sounds like that it really assisted in being focused, being
Yes,
clear.
yes. Yeah, the
Very
idea,
good.
as you vision, spirit gives you those ideas.
Hmm.
Brings forth, things to your consciousness, and you say, okay, and you tend to know, what direction to go into.
Right. You become more open.
Yeah,
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
open.
Who were the Pixar characters that brought Seat FM to life? In other words, who were some of the founders, spiritual practitioners, members, and maybe even some conditions that brought Seat FM to life?
Well, I don't quite remember everybody, but I remember some of the key players.
Hmm.
Started with Reverend Jerry, of course. And there was Kathy Redmond, and then Miss Patty Walton, my big little sister. Then, Jim, Susie, Reverend Victoria, a cast of characters. But they were all instrumental in bringing us together.
Very good. And you were as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I had a little something. I had a little something to do with it.
Very good. So now Seat FM moved to the Sutter Buttes area. And how did that move feel? How did that move look? How did the creativity, what did you see in terms of the creativity expanding? Just like a new Pixar film, they have this new creativity, this new idea.
Well, when we moved up to this area, Jerry and um, it was like a new adventure, but we were still doing everything online.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I don't care if we were in Montana
mm-hmm.
or Maine, the ministry would still be the same because we're still doing it online, and people are still able to connect. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, but for us being in this area, it was interesting. It's a nice area, quiet.
So was there some new excitement, some or additional excitement? Did excitement increase, or did a new idea come forth in terms of being in a new area, especially a sacred area? It's, sacred to the Native Americans.
Yes, yes. Well, the area it's a quiet area.
Mm, mm,
It's quiet, and I do a lot of meditation, so I just really embraced this area and and the history of it and all that. So it was just wonderful, and then being in my office, being able to be online, with this ministry and everything. It's just great, it's nice, peaceful. I
He's-
love it.
That's what I heard when you said it was so quiet. It was like, whoa, I could feel that, in fact. And there are times in our lives when we just really need that inner peace as well as the outer peace.
Yeah.
So wonderful,
That's
wonderful.
great.
All righty. So then, in terms of what was Seat FM's hero moment? In other words, when did you know Seat FM would thrive?
Oh, I knew that really in the beginning stages,
Mm,
I knew because we had set the intention. So I, it had to thrive. I knew that. And I saw it. It was just, it was part of our consciousness. We know uh when we vision, we set the intentions and we do our spiritual practice. Hey, it can't help but thrive. That's that's the law.
I love the confidence. I love the confidence.